Good morning, traders. Welcome back to Singapore. Today we're talking about New York close chart. Are they worth it? Yes or no? Answer's coming up. And I'm gonna enjoy my coffee for now. So there's been this saying out there that if you want to become a profitable trader at price action, that you need to have New York close chart that close at 5 p.m. New York time as opposed to midnight New York time. And I think there's some truth to it, although I think it's not the answer at all. And I used to think back in 2013 that this was what I needed to become profitable, and turns out it didn't. When I opened my first trading account, the broker I opened it with didn't have New York close chart. They had a regular chart based on midnight New York time, and I was impatient for them to get New York close chart because I read online that that's what you needed to have to become successful. And then a few months after that, they added New York close chart to their platform, and it didn't at all make me more profitable. And that's what you have to understand. So back when I heard that I needed to have New York close chart, the argument was that since more people are going to be trading in the New York time zone, then they're more likely to look at this chart. So the big traders trading big hedge fund and taking big trades are more likely to look at these charts like this, where they close at 5 p.m. And that would be a good way to trade. So I said that makes sense, and I wanted to have these charts. The other reason, of course, the fact that it's kind of tricky because the Forex market closes at 5 p.m. on Fridays, and if you were to trade a different time frame that doesn't close at 5 p.m. on Fridays Eastern time, then you kind of have a small candlestick that's kind of random. That's kind of only a 2-hour candlestick. If the chart closes at midnight, you would have your candlestick closing at 4, and then the other one would only be like 1 hour. So that kind of messes up the chart a little bit. If you have all the candlesticks that close equally through the week, so all the 4-hour candlestick open and close at 5 p.m., then you're good because all the candlesticks will be the same. They'll have the same time, they'll be the same thing. And the daily chart will also go from 5 p.m. to 5 p.m. So you have no in between, and you won't have a small candlestick on Sundays when the market opened at 5 until midnight. You will have the whole picture of 5 to 5, which could be better. It's easier to see the chart this way. Now the real question is, should you use those? And I think there's no clear answer to it. I think it really depends. It depends what time frame you trade. Someone trading a 1-hour chart and the charts below, like 30-minute, 15-minute charts, won't need that because they're going to be the same candlestick on any time frame, any platform, anything you want. It's going to be the exact same thing. But if you trade a 4-hour chart or daily chart, that's going to be different, of course. Now the other thing here to add is that some people are going to trade time frames in between. So people like, and these are only names I know for like right now, but Andrew Mitchum trades weird time frames, so like let's say the 8-hour chart or the 6-hour chart or the 12-hour chart, and those are going to be pretty much like trading non-New York closed charts because they're going to be like different time frame, and the one pretty much trade those, and that in that case wouldn't mean a big difference. So even if you were to have New York closed chart for those, then you're kind of breaking up the time frame, you're making it messy, and that won't really help. So it depends what you want to look for. And in regards to profit, I don't believe that setups are better because of New York closed charts. I simply believe that setups are going to be different, and that means that the same engulfing candle you see on a New York closed chart might not be the same as the one you see on a midnight closed chart, and that's going to be fine. I think you're going to see different setups, they're going to happen different times, and you have to decide, and even maybe backtest, which ones are better. Like, can you perform better on a New York closed chart as opposed to a midnight close chart, like closing at midnight as opposed to 5 p.m. Eastern time? And if the answer is yes, well, pick the one that's going to be the best. You're in a job or in a profession now where you should be doing your own due diligence, and not doing so will be proving to yourself that you're not doing it seriously. And I recommend you test what you want to try and ensure you get the best result of whatever you do. That's a question of numbers and testing, and that's the only way how you'll be able to get something meaningful and ultimately better result for yourself. So you gotta test it out. I know most brokers these days offer a way to trade New York closed chart or other chart. You gotta decide which one you prefer. You gotta test both. And if your account is in one, maybe ask them to transfer in the other one, or ask them if you can log into a different server with different time frames. And that could be helpful to test it out. So that's pretty much it for now. Today, leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you trade, New York closed chart or not. Tell me what you think, which one is best. Have you tried both perhaps and you've seen some results that are different? Let me know down below in the comment. Here are a few comments to the past video. I appreciate you guys always for leaving comments down below. Comment below this video to be featured in the next one. Subscribe if it's not done yet. And I'll catch you back here for another video in Singapore tomorrow. Ciao.